I like wearing bright lipsticks, but this always seems to be a problem. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tea Talk Tuesday video. Today is the Tuesday before the Easter break, so I feel like a lot of people will be traveling next week, and because of that, I wanted to give you guys some of my travel tips that I have developed over the years of traveling. Now, some of these tips maybe you know, some of them maybe you haven't even considered, but over the years I definitely feel like I've changed my approach into how I travel. I definitely travel a lot lighter than I used to. So yeah, if you're at all interested to see how I travel, then stay tuned. Tip number 1, carry on only. Do not bring a checked bag unless you are going somewhere for over 4 weeks. Or if you're moving. Those are like the only cases I can think of actually bringing a checked bag. They're a hassle, they're expensive, and if you're connecting a lot, chances of your bag getting stuck somewhere is really high. I have learned that so many times. I've had my bag stuck in Amsterdam, Toronto, so many places, London for example. My bag always gets stuck somewhere if I'm making too many connections. So to avoid that hassle, do carry on only. Now when it comes to carry-on bags, some people go for the rolly suitcase and some people prefer backpacks. I am definitely in the backpack camp because I want to keep my hands as open and free as possible when going through an airport. So my backpack is this one from REI. I got this a couple years ago. It is perfect because it meets the dimensions for pretty much all airline carry-on regulations, and it holds up to 40 liters of storage. So it is perfect for me. Great straps, great back support. This is my carry-on bag. I can bring this everywhere. Now you're probably thinking that's not a very big bag. How can you travel for longer than a week in this? I have managed to travel up to like 2.5 weeks just using this, and I'm sure I could go for longer if I really held myself to it. So definitely invest in a good carry-on backpack. If you want to do rolly, that's totally fine, but personally I prefer a backpack, so get a good carry-on backpack. Tip number 2, packing cubes. Packing cubes are the best thing ever when it comes to packing. Now I know a lot of people are, either folding or they roll their clothing. I roll my clothing and then I squish it into a packing cube, and I save so much space in doing so. That carry-on backpack I showed you, I can organize that thing so well if I use a packing cube to put all my clothes. Now this little packing cube I got at REI as well. I'm pretty sure it's an REI brand as well, so it's cheaper than the other brands. And I have used this to travel for 2.5 weeks, put all my clothes in here. Yeah, it's a tight fit, but it works, and it organizes my backpack so well. So especially if you're just doing a carry-on backpack and you're going through airport and you have to go through security, pack all your clothing into a packing cube so then you can access your electronics and your liquids that much easier when you're going through security and you don't hold anybody up. So yeah, really invest in a packing cube. These are awesome, and you can get smaller ones just for like socks and underwear, or this, I just put everything in this one personally. But yeah, packing cubes. Seriously consider them and you will be converted, I swear to God. Tip number 3, have your own plastic bags. Now I know at a lot of airports before security they always sometimes provide plastic bags for you to organize your liquids into. Don't even do that at the airport. Do that ahead of time. Just buy some plastic bags, Ziploc bags for example. These are from IKEA because it's the only place in this country I seem to be able to find plastic bags that are Ziploc kind. I don't know what's up with that in Norway. Can you explain to me why you don't like Ziploc bags? Why is it only IKEA that has them? That's a whole other story, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are awesome. Some people use their own clear bag to carry their liquids. I guess that's fine, but personally I can't be bothered with that, especially because what if you lose it? I don't know. Just have a bunch of Ziploc bags at home, use your own, and that's probably the best way to go about it. That's what I do. Now when it comes to what liquids to bring, I only bring a little bit of toothpaste, some deodorant, and a bit of makeup. I usually do not even bother with shampoo and conditioner and body wash because I can always buy that wherever I'm going, so don't waste luggage space bringing that ahead of time. It's not needed. Anywhere you go in the world, people wash their hair and their body, so don't worry about bringing your own body wash or anything because that's just kind of a waste of space, to be quite honest. So yeah, plastic bags. Have them on you before you get to the airport, and don't hold up people at security because you forgot to do that. It's so annoying. Stop it. Buy a plastic bag. Tip number 4, have a purse. Now, this tip might only be applicable to women, but if you're a man and you want to rock a purse, you know what? Totally go for it. You do you. That's awesome. But when it comes to what I bring, like my carry-on bag, I also bring a purse, just a crossbody one. So that way I keep all my like travel documents on me, right, easy within reach. Yeah, I still bring a purse even if I have a carry-on backpack, and because it's crossbody, it still keeps my hands free for movement and stuff. So yeah, bring a purse. In there I also carry my wallets, and I say wallets plural because I bring 2, and that leads me to the next tip. Tip number 5, organize your currencies. Now for me, when I travel, oftentimes I'm traveling between Europe and North America where my family lives. So because of that, for convenience sake, I always bring 2 wallets. Now I have my wallet here in Europe, and I have my wallet that I use back at home. And this is just so I can keep the change organized and the money organized. I find this the easiest way. I hate switching between wallets. This way stuff has their place and I don't lose stuff when I'm transferring stuff over to different wallets. Personally, this system works best for me. I'm sure there could be a better system out there, but this is just what I have so far. If you're not traveling between many countries, it might not be worth it, but for me, if you're traveling between 2 places quite continuously, have 2 wallets on you. It's just easy. Yeah, it works for me, so that's one of my tips. Tip number 6, stash a tote bag. So when I'm going on long haul flights, I personally like to put a tote bag in my carry-on backpack. I usually leave it at the very top of the bag, and before I board my flight, when I'm at the gate, I just like to go through my carry-on backpack and pull out stuff that I'm gonna want during the flight. So for example, if I want my headphones, I'll put them in my tote bag. If I want a water bottle, put it in my tote bag. Medication, if I want to take some stuff to help me sleep on the flight, put it in my tote bag. To me, this is the easiest thing to do because that way, once you've filled up your tote bag in front of the gate, when you get on the plane, just carry it on your shoulder. When you find your seat, put your tote bag on your seat, put your bag up in the overhead container, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the flight, and you don't have to get up and bother anybody. This has honestly been a lifesaver for me in so many cases because especially if you get a window seat, you don't want to have to bother the people next to you, so you can just get up and like reach above to get something out of the top compartment. It's not usually needed anyway. Just bring a bag ahead of time, and that way you're organized throughout the flight. Tip number 7, finding tickets. Now, I personally left this tip for last because, I mean, everybody has their own system as to how to find good ticket prices. For me, I use kayak.com. That is where I usually go. I know it doesn't include really cheap airlines such as Ryanair or EasyJet, but I personally have never flown Ryanair. I know I should definitely consider it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But kayak.com is great, but the best way to use it is if you search through an incognito window. That way, sometimes there are trackers tracking what you're searching. So if you keep searching for flights between Oslo and London, if they track how many times you're searching that, then they might up the price. Now this is kind of speculative, this is not necessarily true, but just to be on the safe side, make sure you search through an incognito window. That way those trackers aren't marking you sometimes. So that's personally what I do. Yeah, it's a bit paranoid, but I've noticed when I've done that, the prices don't vary as much as if I don't search through an incognito window. It's really easy, just do it to be on the safe side. So yeah, incognito window, it's kind of important. So those are just some of my travel tips. I constantly am working on trying to improve how I travel to make life easier for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any of your own travel tips, because I would love to find out what makes your life easier when you travel. That is it for this Tea Talk Tuesday video. I will see you guys next week. I'm working on kind of an interesting video for next week, so please stay tuned for that, and the best way to do so is to subscribe. Yeah, I know I'm gonna plug my channel, but please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Or if not, follow me on other social media, which I will provide on the screen right now. I will see you guys next week. Hope you all have a good Easter, and I think I just said y'all, which is kind of terrifying because I'm not from the South at all, so yeah. Let's make sure that never happens again. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.